Hello beautiful people, it is good to be back, and in today's video we are creating a social media design. Yeah, you heard me right, you and I, we. But before we go any further, please do well to subscribe, like, share this video, turn on post notification because we do this every week so you can stay connected for more videos. Alright, let's get into the action proper. So for this design we'll be going with 3000 by 3000 for our width and our height. Let's get into it. Let's go. Yeah, this is our artboard, and first off we are starting by creating our background. Now black looks too dull, so let's add a gradient overlay. This might take a minute though. Alright, there we have it. I actually did this a long time ago, so I saved it. You can also do yours. Just create a new one, click on new and then save, and automatically you have it there whenever you need. Alright, so let's go. Then next thing we are doing, we are converting this to a smart object so we can blend other things in our background, because if it stays like that it won't reflect, it won't show. Alright, so let's import more elements and get this design done. Let's see. Nah, not time yet. Oh, there you are. Let's go. This might take a minute. Alright, there we finally have it. So I'm moving this over to our artboard, placing it on top of our background. Okay, there you go. This is too big though. Let's reduce the size a little bit. Okay, yeah, like that. But I feel like we need to blend this though. It's looking kind of maybe a little too much. Okay, so let's use pin lights. Okay, there, this one makes sense more. Let's reduce the size and maybe adjust it a bit. Yeah, that works. Okay, so next what we're going to be doing, we are going to be drawing a rectangle, and this is where we'll have our number and also our email address. But let's change the color first. Okay, we'll leave it at white. Okay, we're good to go. Moving on, let's go import more elements for our design. Alright, I saw those logos back, those icons. So we're coming back for those crypto icons. Yeah, there they are. So I'm selecting both of them, so I'm just bringing it here straight up. Right there you have them. Alright, so I'm going to be moving this. Alright, let me cancel this first. Okay, there you go. So I'm taking this over to our layer. Alright, right there. So let's reduce the size a bit because I feel like it's too big, and let's flip the direction that it's facing. Okay, yeah, there you have it, and reduce the size a bit as well. Okay, that's good. So let's go pick the Bitcoin now. Bitcoin, where you at? Okay, right there. So let's move it over to our workspace. Yeah, there you go. So we're doing the same thing, while reducing the size as well, but only this time we're not flipping because I feel like this direction is perfect for what we want to do. Alright, there's it. There we have it. Let's adjust this a bit. So next we are creating a rectangle just to give it a little more feel. So we're going to change this color though, but let's make some quick adjustment first. You can hold on shift and drag just to increase the size. Then we'll change the color back to yellow. So now we're going to bring it down, make sure it's on that Bitcoin logo. Yeah, there you go. So now you create a mask beside it and you click on gradient and you select basic. Make sure your color is set to black and white though, and make sure it's on black. So we're just going to click and drag. There you have it. So we're making a duplicate. You can hold Alt while you drag, or you just press Ctrl G. So we're going to do the same thing, drag this down, make sure it's behind there you go, and we're changing the color right there. So now that that's completed, next thing we're doing, we're flipping this rectangle to match the direction where the Bitcoin logo is actually facing, just like that. But we still have to make some little adjustment because I feel like it's not aligned properly. So let's make some little adjustments like that. Nah, this doesn't look so good. Let's adjust it a bit. Okay, that works. So yeah, we're doing the same thing for the other rectangle. Flip, yes, and drag, and there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you have it. So for me, what I like to do, I like to group my work so it's easier that way to make corrections and for better selections. So what I'm doing now, I'm grouping each rectangle to each 3D icons. So you see, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to save this one as yellow. So now I can click select using Ctrl T and adjust. So you see, grouping is actually fun and makes your work easy. Yeah, so that's actually not bad. So let's do the same thing. Ctrl T, flip, drag. Okay, I think that placement is alright. So yeah, there you have it. I still feel like this blend mode is actually not doing it for me though. Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's adjust it a bit. Let's flip it, drag, and okay, this works. Alright, so there you have it. So now let's import our image. Let me cancel that first. Okay. Okay, let's import our image. Let's see. Okay, there. This is already saved as a PNG actually, so we won't have to be removing backgrounds. So I'm just going to pick this and drag. Alright, there you go. So let's reduce the size a bit. This should actually be under that white border though, but we'll fix that. Let's just focus on adjustments first for now. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just trying to get this adjustment right. I feel like that's too big. Okay, this works. So we're going to be dragging this down and placing it under that white rectangle. There you go. Okay, let's take this up a bit. Oh, it's behind Bitcoin 3D icon, so let's take it above. Right there it is. Okay, alright, so now that that's settled, the next thing we're doing is retouching our image. I already made a video on this, so you can just go back, scroll around, and you find it. So let's get into it. So we're going to camera raw, but first off we're starting with the basics. So you see we have our exposure, contrast. So let's start with the contrast. Basically all I'm doing here is I'm just adjusting the slider according to how I want it. You do not necessarily have to follow mine, like you could do whatever you want to. So basically we're starting with basics, then we are moving down to details. So here you have the sharpening, noise reduction, and color noise reduction. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit and click on OK. Alright, so there we're back where it all started, but this might take a few moments for our effects to load so we can see what we actually did. This might take a moment though. Alright, it's still loading, but if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Like, go back and hit that button. Alright, so our effects are loaded, so let's zoom in so we can see. So you can see before and after, you see our image is popping now. Okay, that's settled, but if you notice, our guy is actually sitting, but he's sitting down on nothing. So we're creating a rectangle. This serves like a bench, or maybe just something that is sitting on, really. So I'm going to make this yellow, and I'm going to add a little bit of shadow. And nah, that's actually wrong. Let me delete that. Ctrl Z. Okay. Oh, okay, let me delete that. Let me just Ctrl Z. Alright, so I'm just going to undo all of the previous actions and actually draw this box again so we can get it this time. So I'm going to hit Ctrl Z to undo the action that we did. So now I draw our rectangle again. There you have it. So we're going to adjust it and make sure the rectangle is actually behind the guy. Okay, there you go. So we're changing the color to yellow. Okay, there you have it. So what we should have actually done was create a new layer. So I'm going to be doing that now. Create a new layer, right click, create a clipping mask, then go to your brush tool, make sure it's on black, yeah, right there. And now you are going to use your brush to paint through the edges to give it a little bit of shadow. Now you see it makes more sense than it did before. Okay, so now if you see our guy, we have to make him pop more, so we are going to add curves. I did this in the other video as well, you can also go back for reference. So we're creating two curves, a light curve and a dark curve. So here comes the dark curve. Let's drag this down a bit. Alright, cool. So select both of them holding shift and create a clipping mask. Like always, I always like to group. It makes it more easier, so I'm going to rename that. I'll just save it as guy. You know how to invert your mask, you can perform that action using Ctrl I. So now we're going to click on our brush and start. Make sure your color is selected at white. So now we're going to be on the inverted mask for the light curve, painting through the skin. Remember, I'm only focusing on the skin. So now we're going to the dark curve and we're painting only on the skin. So now let's move to the hands. There, right there, right there. Alright, there you go. I mean, you can see now that our image is looking a lot more sharp and it's popping and it's giving you that black guy vibe. Yeah, so yeah, now our guy is popping. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see. So you can see his skin is cool, smooth, and it's popping. Yeah, so now all our image is lacking is highlights. Yes, highlights. Let's add that. So basically what you are doing, you are closing the group and you are selecting a solid color. There you go. Create a clipping mask, then you change the color. We are going with yellow because we already created a yellow spark beside the guy, if you get it. So we're setting the blend mode at overlay. So now go to our blending options. So now you see the slider at the bottom, so you hold alt and you drag, then move it to the side so you can see. The more you drag, the lighter it becomes. Alright, so I think we are good there. Then click on OK. You invert the mask using Ctrl I. Then you go to your brush tool. You make sure white is selected and you paint through the edges of the image where you want your highlights to be. So as you can see, there you have it. You just paint, make sure it's not too much. Okay, there. Let me add a little bit of highlight to the face as well. Okay, right there, there you go. So we're creating another one. Same process, same procedure. create a clipping mask, change the blend mode. Okay, before that, let's change the color. We're using yellow still. Invert the mask. Okay, now we're setting to linear dodge add. So we're repeating the same process like we did for the first one. Remember to hold your alt and drag. So you see, as we drag, you can see the effects of what you're doing. Okay, I think it's okay right there. Let's just click OK. There you go. Okay, so now we can invert the mask using Ctrl I. Go to your brush, make sure you are clicking on the inverted mask and you paint through the same pattern on top of the first one you created, right there, just like that. So you can see our highlight is starting to show and it's starting to make more sense. Okay, let me add a little bit on this side as well. No, I actually don't feel like that's necessary. Let's undo that action. Okay, let's just add a little bit right there. Okay, now let's cancel that. Let's undo that action. I think it's really better on the right side, I think. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Alright, so now that that's done, the next thing we're going to be adding to our image is shadows. We're going to be doing that using exposure. Let's increase that a bit so you see how dark it gets. I think that's too dark. Let's reduce it, or maybe let's go a little bit further. Okay, go right there. So you invert your mask using Ctrl I. You go to your brush tool, make sure white is selected, and you just add your shadows. Yeah, you just keep doing that. Okay, I think there, right there. Okay, so now you can see our shadows are making our image looking more realistic. Okay, let's add a bit of shadows to the face as well, since the highlight is on the other part of the cheek. Okay, there. Oh, now I feel like that's too much. Let's undo that. Okay, and there. Alright, there you have it. Alright, we are definitely good to go on that note. So what's next? Like always, I always group for easy selection. So let's reduce it a bit to see what we've done so far. I feel like all that's lacking now is actual text to make this design reasonable. We're not just dealing with aesthetics, we're going to add our text as well. But before we get to that, let's take a good look at our image to see if there's anything that actually needs correcting. Okay, there is. I don't know if you can see the white line that's demarcating the guy from the shape we created. So let's fix that real quick. Select our pen tool. This doesn't seem to be working. Let's reduce the size a bit. I really don't think this is a size problem actually. Okay, I figured it out. So let's create a new layer and drag it on top of the guy, which automatically creates a clipping mask. Then you go to your brush tool and you paint through. So you see white line totally eliminated. Right, so there you have it. So let's have a full view of what we've actually done so far. Let's see the amount of progress we've made. Okay, we've made quite a lot of progress, but I feel like this shape still needs adjustments and patching. So let's reduce the flow of the brush and just paint through a bit. Okay, there you have it. So yeah, I think as far as the guy is concerned, we are good to go. But let's just have a view of what we've done so far so we can see if there's any correction that needs to be made. Yeah, I think we're good to go. If you've come this far, do well to like, subscribe. Like if you haven't done that, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know, man. Right, so that's that about that for the guy. So I think the next phase now is adding this to our image. Alright, so yeah, we're going to be adding a text now, and if you have any idea on what our next video should be about, like feel free to put in the comment section. I promise you I'm going to go through it and we are going to make it happen, definitely. So right now I'm just going to input the text. Do well to like, do well to subscribe, share this video, turn on that post notification. We do this every week. Don't forget to subscribe, bro. Please do well to subscribe, guys. Alright, so now that that's imputed, so what we're going to do is increase the size. Alright, and if you are wondering, oh, this is a very bad typo, so let's fix that. So going to be deleting that N, and this should be weak, not will. Okay, so if you're wondering the name of this font, this is actually Montserrat. It's very common, I know. So let's address this. Okay, that works. So next we're imputing a text again, and this time this one says new win. So new week, new win. Yes, my people, new week, new win. Like this is the kind of flyer you post on a Monday to get your target audience fired up for the week. So now I'm just going to increase the size of this, but I actually like to put this in a border, so I'm going to be changing the color of the text to black. Alright, now so it's black, so now we are going to be adding our rectangle, and this one will be white. Oh, not to worry about that, all we have to do is simply bring the text on top of the rectangle. So now you can see it, new wins fully written. So we're going to select both of them, clicking on shift, and we are going to adjust them and drag it up a bit. Make sure it's aligned, because alignment is a very important thing to consider when you're designing. Very important. Yeah, so we're going to be adding our subtext next, while we're still keeping that same energy and going with the flow, you know, with the whole motivation stuff. Yeah, we have to maintain the flow, because this is not just a fancy design, like we're telling a story, so we have to maintain it. Like new week, new win, so we have to keep them engaged. And bro, I still don't know why you haven't hit the subscription button. Like what's going on, man? I've been staring at you, bro. Go hit that button right now, bro. So yeah, we're adding our text, you know, trying to keep up with a good vibe and motivate our target audience, because they are the ones that should actually be in our minds when we design. We don't design for other designers, we design for them, for their consumption, you know, keep them engaged. Like that's scroll stopping design. Yes, I'm just going to quickly finish up on this text. Okay, there you have it. And never forget your full stop, because it wouldn't make sense. You still gotta apply the grammar rule. So yeah, let's keep going. So let's increase the size a bit. Yeah, I think that works, but if you notice it's not aligned, so we're gonna have to move it until that line shows. Okay, that should be a comma. Okay, there, fixed it. So now we're going to move it. Let's make it a little bit lighter, the weight of the text, I mean. Okay, let's reduce the size so we can see. Yeah, we're making progress actually. So now let's align it. There you go. Let's zoom in to see. Okay, that works. So now I'm just going to add a little stroke, kinda, just to add a little separation between the subtext and the main tagline, and make sure it's still aligned while you're doing that. Okay, let's just adjust this a bit. Okay, let's go back to our 3D logo. I feel like it's too close. Need to reduce that a bit. Still trying to find it. Okay, there it is. So Control T. I'm going to drag it down. Okay, makes sense that way, not too much white space. So try to keep it fresh and clean. Okay, so that we are really getting somewhere with this. Let's adjust that a bit. Okay, let's cancel that, and now we are going to be adding our phone number, our WhatsApp icon, as well as our Gmail icon. So now I'm just okay. First up, but before we do that, let's add our logo. Not forgetting our logo. Yes, our logo. So this is not a PNG image, so I'm going to be removing the background with the magic wand tool. One click, selection is made, delete, Control D to unselect. I click and I drag, point, there you have it. So now I'm basically just going to reduce the size. Okay, and let's zoom in a bit so we can have a clear view of what we're doing. Reduce the size a bit, and okay, so black doesn't exactly really look sharp, so we're gonna have to change the color, but first make sure it's aligned right there. Okay, yeah, now it's aligned. So click solid color to leave it at white. If you don't know the color code, it's just hashtag and triple F for the white color. So now we create our text and we put our name, which is King's Exchange. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I'm just going to adjust this a bit, increase the size. Okay, and drag it a bit close to the logo because it's looking too far. Okay, makes sense. I'm going to select both of them. Let me reduce it first. While holding shift, I'll select both of them. Control T, and I reduce the size of both, and I drag them down, making sure it is still aligned. There you have it. So now all that's really left is our phone numbers and email address. So let's get in there. Let's search for our icons. I can't believe you still haven't subscribed, bro. Like, come on, man, come on, give me something, man. Hit the button. Okay, so now we have our WhatsApp icon as well as our Gmail icon. So first we're moving our WhatsApp icon. Lucky for us, it's already black, so we would not need to be changing the colors. All we have to do is reduce the size. Okay, click on our check mark, reduce the size a bit. Okay, that works fine. That works just fine. So now click on our text and we add our number. And make sure the text color is set to black, else you feel like you are just typing lost words, no reflection, nothing. Okay, so that's that for our numbers. Let's increase the size, and you can do that holding Ctrl T and just dragging. I feel like it's too big. Okay, let's Okay, now it's aligned at the middle. Let's reduce a bit so we can see. So now we are dragging our email icon over here. Oh, look who has joined the fray. So now all we're going to do is reduce the size, make sure it's matching the WhatsApp icon. You don't want one to be bigger than the other, so you got to pay close attention to details, man. Details. So now I'm going to drag this, make sure there's a little space in between the text and the icon, reduce the size a bit. Okay, that works. So now all we're going to do is make a duplicate of our text because we want to keep the same exact size. So you going to hold on alt and you're going to drag, or you press Ctrl J. So now I'm going to add text 2 rather. So now I'm going to select and input at Gmail, kingexchange@gmail.com. Yours could be anything. Okay, there you have it. So don't forget, like, always select. Now I'm going to select everything holding shift, and I'm going to create a group, and I'm going to click on Ctrl T, select everything I want, and I'm going to reduce the size and align it and make sure it's at the middle. Okay, there it is. So I'm just going to use my arrow key to give this a nudge up top a bit. Okay, that works fine. So there you have it, man. If you found this video helpful, do well to subscribe, like, share this video, turn on post notification for more. We do this every week. I love you guys. Thanks for the support. God bless. Peace.